Hello, hi guys, this is NishantTandon once again for all the loved ones and the well-wishers and those who are actually looking forward to connect and network. Today, again, I wanted to discuss something which I thought we should be discussing. In the last few editions, we have discussed about faults and accepting that we are at fault, saying that it's all my fault. It becomes easy for others to actually slow down, calm down, become passive, and for us it becomes easy to actually accommodate that particular situation which has gone wrong. So for today, it's the next edition to It's My Fault, and today what we're going to talk about is sharing what we have and sharing what the ideas we have. So the tag for today is do not covet your ideas. Give away everything that you know and more will come back to you. And this is very important. I still remember those times from school, when other students preventing you from seeing their answers by placing their arms around their exercise book or the exam paper. Remember वो दिन जब पेपर हो रहा होता था या जब कोई काम कर रहा होता था तो आगे हाथ रख लेते थे. Funny, but there's a lot of learning from those times as well. It's the same at our work, at our personal lives. People are secretive with ideas. They don't tell, they don't say, they don't share कि दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, what's going in their mind. Don't tell them that they will take the credit for it. This is what they think. बताओ मत. ऐसा हो सकता है that they may think that दूसरा credit ले जाएगा. The problem with everyone is that we are born to succeed. We have always been told since the time we were a child कि आगे बढ़ना है, लाइफ में आगे बढ़ना है, तुम जो सोचो करो. Nobody has told us that if you're thinking on something, share. How many parents do tell their children के बेटे तू जो सोच रहा है ना, दोस्तों से पूछ, उनसे भी कर, मिलके करो तुम दोनों. I see very few parents doing that, and very few people in a relation also. There's a problem in a relationship at home, in personal lives. People have an idea how to overcome that, but they don't want to talk about it. They just want to go with the flow. And if you tend to go with the flow, what I feel is that you will end up being in that flow. You will end up being the way others are. So the problem with hoarding is you end up living off your reserves. When I say hoarding, I'm going back to the same thing when, a small kid or, these students preventing you from seeing their answers by placing their arms around their notebooks, exam papers. So eventually, you become stale. And when I say stale, आप अलग हो जाते हो, आप अपने आप को दूरी बना लेते हो. Is that what you can say? If I have to interpret it that way. हम जब किसी से कुछ छुपाते हैं तो क्या करते हैं? हम छुपाकर उनसे दूर हो जाते हैं. The more we talk, the more we share is more we get in return. हो सकता है जो मेरा क्रिएटिव आइडिया मुझे क्रिएटिव लग रहा हो वो इतने क्रिएटिव ना हो, but by sharing that particular idea with people around me can become more creative because that person can add on to my creativeness. Maybe I have written some creativeness which is level A, B and C. Maybe that if I speak that idea to somebody else, I may come up with a bigger story, bigger creative idea which could be A, B, C, D, E, F, and more you share, more you have a creative idea. And there may be that when you talk to people, you tend to get feedback. It is not that all the creative ideas are creative. There are some dying creative ideas which die in stain. For example, I may have a creative idea, but there is no fact around it. So a creative idea without a fact is not creative. It's illustrative. और ख्यालों वाला आइडिया जिसे कहते हैं ना, मैं चांद पे ले जाऊंगा तुम्हें. It's an illustration. It's an interpretation of your feeling that you're telling to somebody else. But is that true? No, not at all. It's true. Okay. So going back to that, give away everything you know and more will come back to you. This is the tag for today. And if you give away everything that you have, you're left with nothing. This forces you to look, to be aware and to replenish. Somehow the more you give away, the more comes back to you. Ideas are open knowledge. Don't claim ownership on that. It is not the idea that you're an owner of. It is what you do with that idea is what you're owner of, because maybe what you're thinking is the same knowledge with somebody else, but if somebody else stand up first and does that, action towards that creative idea, they claim the ownership. It's not about claiming the ownership. Yeah. A hoarder, the one who actually, tends to keep things to themselves, creative ideas to themselves, they're reducing their capabilities to expand, to go beyond their imagination, to go beyond their thought process. They are not your ideas anyway. They are someone else's idea. They're out of their floating by the others. You're just the one to put yourself in the frame of mind to pick them up. Ideas. Remember, it is important to have an idea, but it is more important to share it. More you share, you get in return. And at times, I have also felt that people don't look for the next opportunity. The one you have in hand is also an opportunity. Our focus is always, that what's up next? And that's where we tend to take away our focus from what we already have with us. We're always waiting for the perfect brief from the perfect situation, but it almost never happens. You're probably working on a job, on a situation, on a project, on a relationship, and saying that this is boring, let's just deal with it and get over with it. We will make the next one good. There are a lot of situations like this when we do this. Whatever is on your hand right now, that is the one. Make it the best you possibly can. And why not? You are the owner. We were talking about the ownership of an idea. Idea is not an ownership of a person, but what you do with that idea is the ownership. Now we are talking about an opportunity and what's in our hand. What's in our hand is mine, and that is for what I can take responsibility. For that I can take ownership. It may not be great, but at least you will have that satisfaction of knowing you did the best you possibly could. And you may learn something from it. Yeah? And you're always free to do an alternative that does satisfy your creative standards. Good briefs don't just come along. That's true. Even if you've earned a reputation for a good, situation handling or someone good in the family, although I know that happens, successful solutions are always made. Always remember, I'll leave you with this thought today. Actually, two. One, that be creative and share your creativeness with others. More you share, you tend to get a lot in return. And second is, don't look for next opportunity. Focus on what you have in the hand. Successful solutions are often made by people rebelling against bad beliefs. Thank you very much for listening. You were listening to NishantTandon, and have a great life ahead. Be the winner and say to yourself, you're positive and you will move forward in life and with situations which are coming difficult to you. Thank you very much for your time today. Have a great life ahead. Thanks.